Our kids, so precious, so playful, so innocent, so beautiful. When is there a good time to teach them about race and racism? When is it okay for kids to learn how humans have treated other humans, have made laws, and spread lies to oppress? There's never a feel-good time to talk about race and racism. Unfortunately, racism isn't ancient history. Racism causes pain, suffering, and harm daily, at the personal level and at our societal level.
And that's when I noticed that, oh my God, it's like, yeah, my skin is dark. And then,
growing up, I was called an Oreo.
This one little thing about me, like having this yellow hue or different shaped eyes.
Definitely that there is a physical characteristic that someone could look at me and like name, and that and the feeling that it wasn't good, you know.
I remember my great aunt would tell me not to play outside as much as my cousins, because she would say, we don't need you getting any darker.
And the daughter says to her mom, why are these Black people at our party?
And I remember being shocked and thinking, like, I don't think that's right, but not really knowing what was wrong about it.
My existence, you know, began only with slavery, and somehow there's these white folks that fixed it for us. You know, like, it's a horrible message. And that
you can't good behavior your way out of racism.
And then I spent all of that time feeling ashamed. You know, it's like something that I internalized, you know.
all of those messages, explicitly or implicitly, that we're getting does play a role in how we perceive and how we see ourselves within society.
Our kids have to navigate a really complex world.
There's race, there's culture, there's ancestry. So I was kind of making these assumptions that I wasn't necessarily talking about with my parents.
20s, where I'm like, I can have, you know, Elvis Crespo on my playlist and Tupac. And
I still struggle with feeling Black enough sometimes.
Deal with it. Like, it's just like, oh, y'all are just always assuming who I am and what I am, and y'all are always wrong, and I always have to prove myself.
And I think that that's what racism does, right? It sort of like kind of puts everything in this like little box, and you know, it's limiting, you know. And
our kids need us to be there, to listen, to guide, to teach, to empathize, to be present in the pain, to help make sense of all this.
I think exposure, yes, that's important. And I think many people in the Evanston community have named that.
I think it's really important to have these conversations at an early age.
I wish that growing up, my parents felt more confident about having these conversations.
Starting this summer, Evanston Public Library invites you to join the journey with your family. A monthly meeting with a structured starting point, a book or a prompt, and a hands-on activity, all designed to help your family connect with each other and with other families.
I'd really like to see children specifically celebrating who they are and their race and their skin. And
I'm hoping offering spaces like this will also help give families the language, the tools to start having conversations about the realities of our world.
It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be enough.
I always have more learning to do.
It's all about the journey.
The journey never ends, right?
But we must try and keep trying.
you know, because the work isn't finished yet.